Who knew you can grow things like lemons and limes in Oregon?
KEZI 9 News anchor Sean Cuellar shows us how to grow them in the fall.
Here's a fact. You can grow citrus in Oregon, but here are some other facts you need to know. Caleb Johnson with Johnson Brothers Greenhouses to talk about, well, what we need to know.
Yeah, so citrus in Oregon needs to start coming inside in the fall before the winter hits, because they really don't like temperatures below 50 degrees.
When you say inside, where inside?
That's a great question. You want to get them somewhere where they're going to get a lot of bright light. 8 to 10 hours is ideal, so south or west facing window. And you really want to keep them away from your heaters, fireplaces, vents, or a really hot room, because it'll dry them out and they really don't like that kind of environment. And then when you bring them inside, you got to dial back the watering.
Okay.
So you can easily overwater them once they are moved inside. So you can just poke your finger down a couple inches in the soil. If it's dry, it's time to water. If it's still wet, leave it alone.
What about fertilizer this time of year?
That's a great question. They actually start to set their fruit and in the fall and winter time, so they use a lot of energy. So putting a little fertilizer in is ideal.
Any other tips to make sure they last during the winter time?
Yeah, well, inside your house, especially in the wintertime, it gets dusty and the leaves get covered in dust, and so the leaf shine or a wet rag really helps. And then the last thing you want to think about is if when you bring stuff outside in, there's a chance there might be some bugs that are on there. So having some insecticidal soap on hand to take care of any of those that pop up is ideal.
And then we can have citrus come springtime by taking care of it during the winter time.